Well, actually, dahil meron siyang kaso dyan sa Pilipinas,
Mhm.
of course, it takes precedent yung kaso muna sa Pilipinas.
I
Ano?
see.
Opo.
In fact, sinabi rin ni President Marcos na kailangan yung kanyang kaso muna sa Pilipinas, kailangan harapin niya muna yon.
Opo.
Pero yung extradition ay is another case na meron rin siyang malaking kaso sa California. In fact, he's now in the FBI wanted list nga no, since 2021.
Opo.
So yung extradition case, yung extradition niyan, dadating sa Pilipinas yan at some point in time.
Mhm.
Pero idadaan yan sa Department of Foreign Affairs, tapos ipapasa namin sa DOJ kung merong enough documents. Tapos the court will decide kung may merit. Hindi rin siya, he will have to also face up to that extradition case. Pero alam mo, ang importante dito, Igan at saka Connie, alam mo, this is an international case dahil human trafficking and sex trafficking is one of the most sought, pinakamalaking kaso yan sa all over the world. There are more than 40 countries all over the world na talagang yan ang tinututukan nila, kaya mahirap lusutan yan. In other words, talagang hindi titigilan yan. Lalo na dito sa Amerika, human trafficking is the number one crime na talagang hinahabol ng...
So hindi
ng
may
law
iwasan ni
enforcement.
Kibuloy po yung kasong yan? Hindi.
Hindi niya may iwasan yan unless, of course, he is found guilty in the Philippines. He will serve time there. Pero yung extradition dito, hindi mawawala yan. Nandiyan pa rin yung request na yan. The lucky thing for him is that we have very good relations with the United States ngayon. Ano? At so they obviously respect yung ating laws sa Pilipinas. So since it takes precedent, he will be tried first in the Philippines and before the
Okay.
extradition will move forward.
Ambassador, marami ho ang nagtatanong lang. Kasi yun yung pinaka-specific na ni-request ni Attorney Torion, abogado po ni Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, na wag siyang isuko
May
sa Amerika.
binabanggit siyang provision eh, no?
Bakit sa tingin ninyo parang ito ho parang so to speak na parang kinatatakutan ba nila ito yung pagka-extradite po ng pastor sa Amerika? Bakit ho kaya?
Well, alam mo, sabi ko nga, ito nga talagang, itong human trafficking at sex trafficking
Tutok
of
na tutok.
minors,
Oo.
napakamalaking kaso yan sa
Yes.
all over the world, lalo na dito sa Amerika. Maraming mga kasong ganyan. Meron akong isang kaso sa Mexico, tumakbo sa Spain. Yung extradition, hindi nila tinigilan yan. It took them 5 or 6 years bago nila nakuha yung
Suspect, oo.
yung suspect, ano? Ang nakakatakutan nila talaga wala kang lusot at you normally will spend almost the rest of your life depending on how many cases how many of these cases you were guilty of. At ang pinakamakasaklap dyan, siyempre, even in the prison, meron silang as they say, meron silang brand of justice sa loob ng mga prison cells. Yung kanila, they look down on sex traffickers of minors lalo na.
Opo.
Pero
Pero usually, there is a request for them to be isolated.
Oo.
Kasi kundi talagang they will really suffer inside the jail. If
I
they're-
see.
Pero
Okay.
Ambassador Romualdez, dahil bilang Pilipino rin si Kibuloy, the embassy will extend ho ba legal assistance din sa kanya?
Well, as far as the assistance of the Philippines is concerned, we will make sure that he will be given the rights, no?
Okay.
So to speak. Kung sakali man that extradition takes place,
Opo.
we are bound by, because he's a Filipino, we will make sure that he is given the justice that he deserves, and
Opo.
that, of course, yung ganyan, no?
Opo.
The usual. Pero as I said, magandang relasyon natin ngayon, so
Okay.
I'm sure it will be
Due
respected
process,
on
oo.
both sides.
Okay,
Due
Ambassador, gusto lang namin malaman din, ano ba naging reaksyon ng gobyerno Amerika nung nalamang nahuli na po itong si Kibuloy?
Actually, alam mo, matagal na nilang inihintay yan eh. Hindi lang nila talaga at that time. Kasi 2021 pa he was indicted and that he was in the FBI wanted list. No?
Opo.
So they've been waiting for it. Mas lalong lumala yan dahil kung sumuko kagad si Apollo Kibuloy, hindi masyadong yung publicity, ang laki ng publicity dahil hindi nga
Aha.
matagal siya before he basically was taken in.
Opo.
So mas lalo, and so the international media, lalo na dito sa Amerika, siyempre,
Nakatutok. Oo.
nakatutok sa kanya. So ngayon, talagang hinihintay siya.
Ito lang po, excuse my ignorance for asking this lang, na yung pagka-extradite doon, kulong na ho diretso. Wala nang paglilitis.
Non-bailable,
Oo,
oo.
ganun na ba kaagad pag kunyari na pa-extradite po siya sa Amerika?
Well, kung gano'n ang mga kung ganyang katindi yung kaso niya, most likely yung the judge, depending on the judge, whether he will be allowed to file bail, pero most likely hindi.
Okay.
He will remain in custody.
Tsaka siguro iba rin kasi 'di ba may mga sinasabi ho sila nakukumpara lang ho nung ilang mga team bulalo na nakikinig po sa atin 'di ba sa Amerika mabilis ang kanilang paglilitis as compared daw dito matagal at maaring sa ngayon nga pinagdedebatihan pa kung saan siya talaga ilalagay, hindi ba? Mananatili ba siya sa PNP Custodial Center, sa Pasig, sa QC? So ano ho ang nakikita na tingin ninyo? Pagdating doon, mabilis ba? Ganon usually kabilis yung mga trials po if you would have any information on that in terms of yung ganito ho katindi na mga kaso?
Well, it depends on the evidence and the witnesses that come forward. No? As of now, from what we were told, as yung mga witnesses sa California, they have been waiting for some time. So there are about quite a number of them. And so how quickly that thing will they come forward, and then usually yan, I would guess, kasi I'm just basing this
Yes, sir.
on human traffickers and those that were criminals that were already on trial, and that it took normally less than 7 to 8 months. So maybe malaki na yung isang taon dyan. Pero
I see.
usually
Mabilis.
yan, mga 7 to 8 months, medyo mabilis ang pagkalilitis niyan. No?
Ambassador, samantalayin na rin po namin pagkakataon. May reaction ba ang Amerika dun sa pag-pull out o repositioning ng BRP Teresa Magbanwa sa Escoda Shoal?
Well, as of now, they're just happy na walang insidente na nangyari, no?
Opo.
But the most important one, kasi ang pagkaalam namin at the information that we have is that yun na nga, nandun nga si Undersecretary Tess Lazaro sa Beijing, or I don't know if she's still there now. At merong usapan na
Yes.
that they will just go back to the past where we have our ships there, and of course the Chinese have their ships there. They've had their ships there, nandun sila, they've been there for some time also. So yun ang usapan. Now we had to yung ating Teresa Magbanwa had to go back because tinamaan nga, di ba?
Opo, opo.
Butas nga yung, and it needed the repair, so it was time for it to go back. So in good faith naman tayo, we just we pulled out because we felt that it was time for them to go back to port, and at the same time, hopefully, we just go back to what it was before, status quo.
Yung China. Dapat pull out din sila.
Hindi naman nila sinusunod, 'di ba? Parang parating ganoon.
Yan ang hindi natin malaman. Pero alam mo, just to let you know, nalalabas lang dito ngayon. In fact, itong gabi lang, lumalabas lang yung 60 minutes
Opo.
na report. No? Meron kasing segment dun. There was a big, specifically yung nangyari sa ship jet.
Opo.
Nandun yung 60 minutes crew. Ito, siguradong maraming nanonood itong 60 minutes. So I'm
Opo.
sure there'll be a lot of reaction
Yes.
on what happened there in the Sabina Shoal.
Okay, may reaction din ho ba ang Amerika dito sa babalaho ng China recently, 'di ba? Nadudurugin ang mga foreign intruders, including patama daw ito sa US, no? Meron ho bang reaction na ang US over this statement?
Well, alam mo, sa totoo lang, they've heard that on many occasions. So talagang, China has been coming out with all kinds of statements. Some of them provocative statements, pero wala tayong magagawa. Ganun silang magsalita silang ganyan. Pero talagang dinadasal pa rin natin na hindi mangyari yung talagang kinakatakutan nating lahat na magkaroon ng malaking conflict sa ating area talaga.
Pero ang US po talagang naninindigan naman, di ba, na tutulong sila based on, of course, doon sa atin po namang treaty with them.
Yes, definitely. Alam mo, the United States, their reputation is really at stake, and at least the administration, the current administration, President Biden has made that commitment. And ang kuro-kuro dito, siyempre, alam nila na, in fact, in my meetings even with the U.S. Congress, bipartisan support tayo with both the Republicans and the Democrats. Committed talaga sila, and they know that the reputation of the United States with treaty allies like the Philippines, Australia, Japan, and other countries that they have a treaty with it's at stake here. Hindi mahirap atrasan yan kasi it's the reputation ng Amerika ang nakasanla dyan.
Ay, kakamustahin ko lang yung mga kababayan natin, pa-election na rin ho dyan. Hati ba? Kamusta ho ang ating mood dyan,
Exciting
mga
ba?
kababayan?
Depende
sa estado.
Nakaligtas na naman sa panibago yatang
Oo nga.
assassination
Kasi attempt.
Donald Trump.
Oo nga, well, alam mo, yan ang talagang nakakatakot rin talaga yung buhay ng mga kandidato ngayon dito sa Amerika.
Oo.
Na nangyari nga kay President Trump, and now there's this second one. So very tight yung security, pero ganun pa rin. Potentially, it could have happened in the Gulf Wars. Mabuti na lang at hindi nangyari yun kasi talagang that will really cause a lot of problems kung if anything happens at all. No? So hopefully, matapos na yung election dito, everybody, of course, the entire world is waiting for the results of the November 5 elections here in the United States.
Alright.
And,
Opo.
we'll move on from there.
Opo. Ambassador, maraming
Thank you,
salamat
sir.
sa pagkakataon po. Ingat po kayo dyan.
Yes, sir. Maraming salamat rin. Thank you.
Ambassador Jose Manuel Babe Romualdez.